Okay, look how many toothpaste flavors they have. So hello, if you're new here, it has been 1 month since I've been living in Sweden. I'm originally from Canada and I am playing professional soccer. Fudge. I'm playing professional football here in Sweden. For context, I've been to Europe in the past, but this is my first time living here in Europe. And I think now that I've been here in Sweden for a month, I think I'm qualified to talk about a little bit things that have been different coming from Canada all the way to here. Also, for context, I've been in the US for 5 years playing college soccer there, so I was in Pittsburgh. Let me tell you, I've been loving my experience so far, but there are some things where I was like, this is really cool, or this is kind of unique. In general, you get a different culture shock when you actually live in a new place instead of just visiting or traveling. So I'm going to be talking about 13 things that I have found unexpected here living in Sweden. So let's start with the first one. So the first one on the list is single-use stalls. I feel like there have been single-use stalls everywhere. So you have a private room for yourself to use the washroom. Maybe it's also because of the area and the places I go to, but I haven't seen one stall that looks like an American bathroom stall or a Canadian bathroom stall. Even yesterday when I went to the Växjö Lakers game, the hockey team here, there was single-use stalls in the arena. It's cool that there's no awkward gaps between, can someone see me? Like, you just have a full room to yourself. It's like a little mini hotel room. Something that I also found different was that in public bathrooms, so far I've seen that you have to pay sometimes. So here are the bathrooms in the library, and I didn't have any money. Here's another public single-use bathroom, and I didn't know you have to basically pay to pee. Here, bike paths and sidewalks are basically on the same type of road. They're kind of right next to each other. They are actually right next to each other. In Canada, there are bike paths, but they're mostly like on the street, and sometimes they're like separated with road dividers. But here, it's so easy to get from one place to the other by bike. Like, the bike paths, I feel super safe on them, except I feel like I almost got hit when I was walking because I didn't know you're supposed to go on like the right side if you're a pedestrian and the left side if you're a biker. So I was like just walking like there's nothing, and then people were like zooming past me on the bike. Oh, that was one of my first culture shocks. So here's the can opener. I've been struggling with this. So I tried this out last week and I, for the life of me, had the hardest time. So let's try one more time. All I want is some tuna, okay? All I want is some tuna. Is it like this? Okay. I feel like it's not like this. Like, I feel like I'm getting metal in it. A win is a win. It's kind of like DIY store scanners. So what you do, you go in the grocery store, you get one of these scanners, and there's so many of them. You get one of them. Basically, you carry around this scanner when you grocery shop. So let's say I'm like, I want to get this loaf of bread. So you scan the loaf of bread, and then you place it directly in your bag in your grocery cart. And then it keeps like a running list of the things you have. And then when you're done, you just pay on the scanner and you can just walk out and leave. I think one of my first questions I asked was, don't people steal? I don't know. Obviously, I don't condone stealing, but that was just a question I had. Apparently, there are people that can randomly check you to see if you have everything or if you added some things. So that's my ethical question of the day. So these things are everywhere. This is called a shoehorn. Now I feel like I can't put my shoes on without it. I think my grandma has one of these, and I remember like I didn't know how to use it, but here it's everywhere. Everyone uses these things. So there are some things I can't find in Sweden. So let me tell you, I wanted to make pancakes one morning and I was like, let me just go to the grocery store, get what I need. So I was looking for cooking spray, I was looking for vanilla extract. I know in the US I would get some like sugar-free maple syrup. In Sweden I could barely find cooking spray. I found this rapeseed oil spray with vanilla extract. Either like I couldn't find like the little bottles, there was actual vanilla extract like on the bean, like on the little stick. So that was cool actually. There's not a lot of no sugar food items I've seen before, but there's not a lot of it because the things in cooking sprays, probably the things in vanilla extract and the ingredients in no sugar syrups and stuff like that are probably not good for you. So it's kind of a good thing. Actually, it's very much a good thing that I can't find those things, because that means that they were probably really bad for me when I was consuming them in the US and in Canada. So now for a quick segment of things I can find in Sweden. So we have chocolate ball protein shakes, kebab, pizza. I've heard this is very popular in Sweden. I have to try it one day. But there are also some things I've never seen before, like blood pudding. I heard it's also called black pudding, could be served with some jam. And apparently this is some Norwegian rice porridge I've never seen before. Here, everyone bikes everywhere. I see bikes all over the place. Here in Sweden, a lot of people lock the bike frames. I was walking home and my teammate stopped me and she's like, I'm going to this thrift store, do you want to come with? And I was like, yeah, sure. She was on her bike and I thought she honestly just left her bike in front of the thrift store because I was like, you didn't lock it against a solid pole or something like that? And she was like, no, like people here lock the frame, like it's normal. Prior to coming to Sweden, I haven't seen people lock their bike frame only instead of attaching it to like a stable surface or like a pole or something like that. But yeah, that was something that was kind of interesting. I remember I wanted to go to the grocery store maybe at 8 p.m. Obviously, Ica Maxi is open at 8 p.m. I want to go to Lidl right here. It closes at 7 or something like that. I feel like back home, a lot of places close really late. So that's one thing that's different. And also here, like thrift stores, not all of them are open all the time. There's like specific hours for them. And on Sundays, there's a lot of things that are closed. I was trying to go to a bakery. I couldn't find one. Turns out there were some that were open. I just didn't know where to go. But a lot of them close on Sundays. Maybe that's common. Maybe I just haven't gone to many bakeries. A lot of people here give me hope, okay? Because there's a lot of roundabouts, a lot of cars, but also a lot of bikes. And I haven't had a situation here yet where the car like kind of cuts me off as a pedestrian or as a biker. So everyone here is super, super nice. I'm staying cautious still. I'm not just like walking anywhere. But everyone here is very, very nice about, okay, we see a pedestrian. Even if I look like I'm about to cross, they stop. But I feel like in my experience elsewhere, it's been kind of like a hit or miss. Wait, no, not meaning like they hit, no, not meaning like they hit or missed me. I meant like, it's a 50-50 chance if they'll stop. Okay, here I feel very, very safe. So thank you, Sweden. So you may remember this clip of me accidentally buying Quark the first time I went to the grocery store here, so.
I think it's Greek yogurt. Is it Greek yogurt?
I've been eating this every single day. This was the best mistake, the best accident of my life, okay? It's not exactly yogurt. I know in the video I talk about how it's basically yogurt. No, it's not exactly yogurt. It's not like exactly cottage cheese. I feel like it's a mix of both. Very, very high protein. I feel like it's really good for you. But here in Sweden, it's everywhere. Anyways, I love Kvari. It has been a life changer. It is awesome. Love it so much. So versatile. I think it tastes great. What the heck? Something that's been really different is that at 4 p.m. it gets dark. That's been really hard because I feel like my body's like, oh, I'm ready to go to bed. No, it's actually 4 p.m. It's time to eat dinner. So the sun rises around 8:30 right now. It sets around 4 p.m. in the winter. And also the weather around here has been kind of gray. So that's been something that I didn't really expect too much. But apparently in the summer, the sun comes out a lot. Solen skiner. I love that phrase. Apparently, the sun comes out at like 3 a.m. in the summer and sets at like 10 p.m. So I'll have to see it for myself when the summer comes around. There's also like a celebration called Midsummer, and it's the longest day of the year where the sun is out for the longest time. There's a lot of dancing, there's a lot of flower crowns. So it's basically like transitioning from the permanent darkness in the winter to let's party in the sun all night, basically. Sounds like Sweden goes from 0 to 100 real quick. Alright, so I'm at a bakery just doing my monthly review. So every month I review the month prior, like what I did well, what I should improve on, and stuff like that. So I have a new tradition that I'm going to try a new bakery every month, and I'm going to try a new pastry every month. You know how in Sweden there is fika, which is a sweet treat, and coffee? Well, apparently there's also like pastry season. So now it is like the end of January going into February, and the pastry that's good to get now is a semla. So this is a semla. It looks really good. So I'm gonna try it for the first time now. Okay, so a semla is a cardamom flavored wheat bun, and on the inside there's whipped cream with almond paste, I think. And a lot of people were telling me to try it, so let's do it. Are you supposed to cut it? Like, I don't know. This is pretty big. Like, how do you eat this? There we go. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna finish it all. Like, are you supposed to eat this with your hands? Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Cheers. Wow. That's actually pretty good. It's kind of dangerous. That's kind of dangerous. You taste a bit of the almond. The whipped cream is not too thick. It looks thick, but it's not too thick like when you actually eat it. It kind of melts in your mouth. So something I didn't expect from Sweden is that there's so many different days for pastries. A carrot cake day, which I think is February 3rd or something. There's like a cinnamon bun day. I thought that was pretty funny actually, that there's like a, oh my gosh, today is a cinnamon bun day, so we all have to go get cinnamon buns. I'm gonna get another bite. Cheers. I like it. I'm also glad that I got one before, I don't know if they run out. Do they run out? Probably. Someone told me that like after February, they don't basically sell them as much as they do now, or I don't know if they sell them even at all. So I like that a lot. That's good. That is good. Hi everyone, just got back from training, okay? And I stopped by the grocery store to try some food tubes. So this is the original one that I've heard that people like to eat a lot. You can have like food tubes that have like cheese in them, caviar. This is creamed cod roe. I don't know. So this is basically fish in a tube, okay? Yeah, I don't know if I'm excited. I don't know. But we're gonna try it. One of my teammates, she says she eats this like every morning with eggs and bread, like hard-boiled eggs. I have the bread. It is kind of burnt. Usually it would be like crisp bread, so knäckebröd, but I don't have any, so I just burnt my regular toast to try to get crisp bread. You put this on toast and you just eat it. So that's what we're gonna try to do today. Oh. Is it supposed to be oily? Am I supposed to shake it? Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this. It smells like cat food. I'm nervous. All right, let's try it. I don't know if I want to. Yeah, tastes like fish. It's an acquired taste. It's a really acquired taste. I don't know if I like it. It's super salty. Like, how do you come up with this? I wonder. I don't know. I'm glad I tried it, but what I'm gonna say is that I'm gonna probably give the rest to my teammate. I just can't stop smelling it. It smells like cat food. I feel bad. I don't mean to offend anyone by saying that, but it tastes super salty. Super salty. But maybe it's good with hard-boiled eggs. I don't know. Maybe I didn't get the full experience. Wow. Okay, I'm glad I tried it. I'm ready to donate this to someone. Okay, cool. So those are 13 things that I find different living here in Sweden as a Canadian. I have been loving my experience so far here. Like, honestly, this is second to none. And I'd say a message for my future kids is to keep finding things that are different from you. I think staying open-minded is something you can learn a lot from. Like, stay curious, stay open-minded. Like, I love learning a lot about Sweden, honestly, because I'm living here and like, why not? Like, why not immerse myself in the culture? Why not learn a bit about the history? Why not? So I'd say stay curious and stay open-minded, because there will be a time where I won't be in Sweden, so I want to make sure that I really maximize my experience here. But thank you so much for following along. I'm excited for the next video because it's going to be more about professional footballers behind the scenes. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see everyone in the next one. Hate up. Now I'm going to have to start saying more Swedish words in my videos.